Audio Jungle.
Hey YouTube friends, and welcome back to another video. So this is video number 4, I guess, yes. So anyways, if you've been following along, there was 2 other videos that I made that just don't relate to this, I guess. But this is video number 4. So what I'm gonna make this video about is actually our prerequisites. I know in the last video I said that we'd start installing Windows Server in this video, but I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't think we're quite ready yet. What I want to show you first is what the hardware is, what I have for computers, and what our 2 nodes are. I actually have 3 nodes downstairs. I actually have 3 computers, but we're gonna work with 2 because this series is about making 2 nodes in a ACHI high availability failover clustered configuration. So I'm going to take you down to the rack downstairs and I'm going to show you what I have. If you've viewed the second video, then you've seen what the rack is like. But in the second video, I only showed the backup server. So now I upgraded the backup server and it's now got a new motherboard in it. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to explain to you why I had to get a new motherboard in a second. But we're going to go down there and we're going to get started here, and I'm going to bring up the 2 computers, the 2 nodes that I have, and I'm going to open them up and I'm going to show you the inside. So let's head down there. Okay, so we're here down in the server room. In my laundry room. So this is the server tower, and you should watch the video number 2 if you want to know more about this thing. But we got 2 computers in here that we're going to take out of here, and we're going to bring them upstairs, and those are going to be our 2 nodes that we're going to use. And yeah, so this is the casing. I'll open it up right now. Where's my little remote? Okay, so yeah, we got this one right here. We're gonna take that one out, and this one out. This one has no case on top because, like I said, this is a new motherboard, and I'm actually waiting for a TU fan to fit in there. And as you can see, it's got RBGA or RBG RAM in there, but that's okay, right? It just glows some fancy colors. And yeah, let's take these upstairs and let's talk more about these computers. Alright, so here's one on my computer. This is my second node, I guess, and this is what the BIOS looks like. This is a fairly new computer, so it looks pretty new with the BIOS. Yours might not look like this, it might be a big blue screen, but as long as you can go in it and you can find, mine's kind of easy. It's got a big storage button, but that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the storage or the SATA controller option. So you go into storage and you find your SATA controller mode, and it's got to have this. It's got to say ACHI mode. If it doesn't have that, then you're pretty much screwed. So if it says that you got a SATA controller card, but underneath it says IDE mode, then you can't use that. You need ACHI mode, and also for the setup that we're going to do with Storage Space Direct, you can't have RAID either. So you can't have your drives in RAID because Storage Space Direct is going to make a RAID out of your drives. When we create our pool, it's going to make a software RAID for us. So you don't need to make a RAID in your BIOS, and your BIOS anyways only makes a software RAID. It's not a true hardware RAID. So no matter, it doesn't matter. So don't set your RAID in here, and you can see my hard drives are showing here and stuff. So yeah, just make sure that you have that in your BIOS, ACHI mode under your SATA controller mode. And all the BIOSes are a little bit different, so yours might not look like this, but this is what this one looks like. Alright guys, so we got the two servers open. So here's the first server. This is what I call my main server, I guess. Server number 1. I haven't opened this thing in a while. It's kind of nice to look inside. It's kind of dusty. And this would be server number 2. And this one was the one that's missing the top because I'm waiting for a CPU fan. You see this one's a little tall. And I'm waiting for one like that. So anyways, these are just normal motherboards. Well, this is a Ryzen 7. Same with that one. They're both Ryzen 7 computers, but this is a normal ATX form motherboard, and it's got 4 slots for RAM and a bunch of slots for PCI slots, PCI Express slots, and there's a bunch of slots in here. So it's nice for my main server. And it's a big motherboard, and it's perfect. And so yeah, I got 16 gigs of RAM in here, and I also have a video card in here because I didn't. When you're putting your computer together, if you're gonna buy a CPU, there's CPUs that actually come with graphic cards. Like, it's not the motherboard that actually has the graphic part, although your motherboard might have a plug for graphics in the back. Where's it? HDMI. See? It doesn't mean that my motherboard is going to be able to like have a video output because the chip doesn't have video on it. So you need the Vega chip. So if you're going to buy a Ryzen CPU, you need it with the Vega stuff so that your HDMI output will work. So anyways, I have to buy a cheap video card. It's a $50 video card which is probably what it would cost me more to buy the Vega chip, but I would have saved the slots. So if you're like short on slots, which is like this one, because this one is a micro ATX motherboard, so it's a little bit smaller, and it only has two things for RAM, and yeah, it doesn't have many slots here. So, but that's all that would fit in this case is a micro size motherboard. So that's what I got in here. I'm gonna actually take these 2 sticks of 16 gigs RAM, and I'm gonna put them in here to make it 32. And I'm going to buy 2 sticks of 16 and make this one 32 as well, so we have 32 in each. Okay, so yes, very normal computers in here. The hard drives, yes, the hard drives. There's 2 hard drives. This is what you should at least have 2 hard drives in each. For the replication, which is going to be used for your pool, which is going to be empty, so no partitions on it and nothing. So that's what you need for your pool. And it can be a JBOB setting, so just a bunch of disk. It doesn't have to be all the same ones, but as long as they're empty, because we're going to need to clear out the partition on it and make sure that there's nothing on it for when we add them to the pool. And then I have an SSD drive there for my OS. That's where the OS runs. So there's actually 3 drives in each of these servers. Okay. And one last thing I want to say about these servers. See, here's the other drive for this one, and 2 there. I know power supply doesn't have a fan in the back. This one, so it kind of sucks, and it's probably gonna burn out eventually. But what can you do? I'll buy a new one then. Last thing I want to talk about is, yes, I brought this cable up because for our setup to work, Windows is going to need to replicate the disks, and it's going to need to copy them. And how it's going to do that? It's going to do that through an Ethernet cable. And for that to work, you could work it through your your local area network. You know, you could just use it through your one network card, but it might bog up a little bit, and it's probably not very good to bog it up like that, because, you know, like transferring hard drive data, especially if one of your nodes go down and they got to resync, then it's really gonna bug up your networking card. So you want to have a networking card dedicated to cluster traffic. Or so here we go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have two separate networking cards. So the one there and one there, and there I got two of the same ones, but they don't have to be the same ones. And we're gonna hook them up directly together. So with this short Ethernet cable that I made, we're gonna hook them up directly together, bam and bam, and that's how they're gonna replicate like that. Alright, and then the other Ethernet port on our motherboard, that's gonna be for our management port, and that's the one that's just gonna hook up to our normal switch or to our router or whatever. Okay, so what else do I want to talk about? I think that's pretty much it for our setup. So yeah, as you can see, these computers are nothing special. They're just regular desktop computers, pretty much, put into a 2U case. Which you can, yeah, they don't need to be in a 2U case. You know, you can keep them in your normal desktop case and just have that one Ethernet wire hooking them up together through normal Ethernet cards. If you're gonna have a little bit of a bigger setup, you might want to upgrade your Ethernet cards to something like a 10 gigabit Ethernet card with an SPF port or something, something that can do 10 gigabit transfer, you know, so that they can sync a lot faster. But for my little 4 websites that I'm doing, nobody ever actually works on them. They're just serving all the time. So I don't need lots of transfer rate, and I think that actually these Ethernet cards, their 1 gigabit cards, will do just fine. So yes, this is their setup for the servers, and that's how mine are set up. Yours don't need to be like that. You can have more than the 4 hard drives that we have here, but you should at least have 4 hard drives for the pool, so that they can do a mirroring redundancy type thing. I think that's about it for prerequisites, and we'll be able to move on after this. In the next video, we'll actually get started installing Windows. Yeah, so on to the next.